All right, Lily, let's take a look at your swim stroke. And we've got video here. We're going to first look at the side view. Up top here is the above water camera, and down at the bottom part of the screen is the below water camera. Good looking recovery. Nice entry into the water with that hand. Decent rotation. Okay, the left arm entry is not as good as the right. If we go back and look at this right, we're going to see the the hand will enter the water somewhere in here, and the fingertips are going to come first, followed by the hand, followed by the forearm, and the arm is just going to follow right through this hole. Yeah, I missed the hole, but you can see that how the arm follows right through that spot in the water. When the left arm comes around, we see a good recovery, but then we see here the entire arm is extended out above the water. This is an issue because whenever you extend something out up above the water out front here, your arm namely, what happens is your hips, your legs want to drop down, um, which is definitely not something that we want to happen and not something that your brain will allow to happen. So your brain is going to have you do things to compensate for that and things that are undesirable, which we'll show here in a minute. So here's a good example of what happens when you extend that arm. Your hips start to fall. What um, what's going to happen is this hand that's extended out is going to push down, and we'll see that here. Hand pushing straight down, and then finally start to pull backwards. Look at this arm. Elbows lower than the hand. Elbow stays lower and pushes down. What we'd like to see here, we got a nice straight upper arm, lower arm, or forearm, followed by the wrist, or wrist and hand. We'd like to see the first move be your catch. And the catch, essentially, the upper arm is going to stay where it is. Forearm is going to drop slightly, and the hand is going to bend at the wrist downward like this. So you end up with a high elbow, the elbow higher than the rest of the arm. The next move, this is called the catch. The next move is the pull, and the rest of the arm movement is the pull. Um, in the pull, the elbow would stay the same or drop maybe very, very slightly. The forearm moves down, and the hand still in that good paddle position. The pull continues, that elbow stays about the same, drops maybe slightly, forearm and wrist. So that we sometimes refer to this as wrapping that arm around a barrel. You want to wrap that arm around that barrel, and you create a pull movement in the horizontal direction rather than a push down in the vertical direction. We see here that arm pushes down, and that's in an effort to keep this lower body up on top of the water. The lower body wanting to drop was caused by two things. One right here we can see, um, as you take this breath, head position really, really good. As you go to take the breath, the head comes up, pops up, and then rotates. And then it gets back to a good position with the forehead down. But that popping up causes the hips to drop, causes the hands to push down. Nice extension, nice head position. But once again, with this left arm, we see it extend out all the way out above water. Want to get that into the water sooner, much more like what happens with your right arm. Nice rotation here again. Fairly nice kick, mostly initiated from the hips with just a little bit of knee bending. So two biggest things to work on here. First one is when you take that breath, rotate the head, don't lift it up. And the second one, with your left arm, have it enter the water very similar to how your right arm enters the water. Once you do that, your body will be much more in balance and you won't have to push down with these hands. That hand won't have to push down like it is. You'll be able to do a nice catch and pull and actually pull yourself through the water. Good job. Just a couple of little things to work on that are going to make a huge difference in your stroke. After that, there's a few subtle things, but the two primary things, like I said, head position when you breathe and left arm entry into the water. Great job. Enjoy your swimming. We'll take a look at your front view here next.